Hello and welcome back to the channel. With me today, once again, is Mr. Moloto and Clayton Lopez, and we will be discussing Manchester United versus Arsenal on the back of bashing RB Leipzig 5. That's right, 5-0. So we are actually looking pretty good going ahead of this game. Form's good, confidence good. The only real blimp I have is that obviously the draw against Chelsea, the normal ball fest, which is going to be the concern, and I will bring it up because our Premier League form versus the Champions League form have been two different things. Because in Premier League we just can't seem to find this consistency, and I don't know what it is, but if Oli, let's just say if Oli did have to go back with the 4-2-3-1, I would be slightly concerned because I personally love the diamond. I think, when you beat Leipzig, I said it last time in the reaction, if we beat Leipzig 5-0, surely, Oli, you start to listen. That's the formation. Clearly, it works. It suits players. Obviously, then all of a sudden, my bench becomes stronger in depth. Oli today in the press conference speaking about how, how he doesn't need wingers like Giggs and David Beckham, and he's got fullbacks such as Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka to provide basically what the wingers back in his days used to. Could that possibly be a key saying also that he doesn't want to play the 4-2-3-1 anymore because he doesn't think he needs those wingers when you have Shaw and you have people like Wan-Bissaka, and we've seen they've been trying to go forward a lot more. Maybe the introduction of Taylor is also giving them a few pointers. Oli also said in his press conference that Alex Telles won't be available for Arsenal. He does have COVID. That's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said. So I think he might be available for the next game, but I think he wasn't available for PSG. He wasn't available for Chelsea and Leipzig because of COVID. I think it's 2 weeks isolation. We don't know the full reason behind his COVID. We don't know if he's actually infected by the virus or if he's just got some symptoms. So I'm sure we don't know how serious his situation is. But that's what Telles. But other than that, he says everyone really first team wise generally to go. There's no more injury concerns. We generally have our team that to go bar Telles. So yeah, that's for that. And with Paul Pogba, he also said that his last question, what's been the story with Paul Pogba? He just basically said what we thought. Paul, he had COVID. He's just recovering from the illness. He's trying to get back to match sharpness, match fitness, and the more he does, the better Paul Pogba will see. And we all know that. So yeah, good things to hear. He also spoke highly of Fred. He said Fred had a fantastic last season and he's having again a fantastic season this season. So clearly, hopefully that's also another indicator that Fred will be starting. But gentlemen, let's get straight into it because Manchester United versus Banter FC Arsenal. Now, usually this is a fixture where we can slip up. It's the Banter Trophy. This is the Banter Trophy. Who is the most banter team in the league? Chelsea, I would argue, can also be in there, but this for me is it's proper banter trophy. Because if Arsenal beat us, it's like what? And if we beat Arsenal, it just it just shuts all their mouths up. So, but Arteta, we speak about Arteta. Arteta likes playing a back five. I think probably I'd be very surprised if he doesn't play a back five against Manchester United. We are more of the strong team. Are we playing at home? I think we are playing at home. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, dear.
Yeah, so I think we're playing at home, so we are the home team. So I think, Arteta, if you're asking me, I think we'll play a back five. I think, they look to set up very strict. Arteta loves drilling their team in a way of how to play the back five. So, I think we might see that. But yeah, gentlemen, let's get into it. Just straight thoughts of, going ahead of this game, confidence levels, tactics. Let's hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling really good after beating Leipzig 5-0. Amazing performance. And I'm feeling good that we didn't play on Thursday, so we'll be a bit more refreshed, unlike some teams from North London. But besides that, we're going in really good spirits. And I think, as you said at the start of the show, the main word is consistency. And the whole world will be watching, looking at that. Because we need to try to find a way to be consistent in the league. If we lose to Arsenal, God forbid, it was a fluke. They beat Leipzig by a fluke, and it's not a true reflection. But if we win, we're getting on to something. We're starting to show that we're going in the right direction. So I think that is the priority for this game. We need to win. We need 3 points in this game, and I think the diamond is the way to go because I think the rotation Oli speaks about, it is optimized in the diamond really, because I feel like it suits the players we have with the two up front and the depth we get from playing only 2 players up there. and just how the midfield is shaped. So I think that is the way to go. And we've tried the two holding midfielders, the 4-2-3-1. We've tried the kind of 4-3-3, and it works for a bit, but we just can't get the consistency. And I think this is something we should try now, in order to try to find that consistency. So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a game that'll kind of dictate the rest of our season in a way. Because if we get a good result here, it's definitely not claimed as a fluke anymore. It's United mean business this season again. We're willing to push forward and actually challenge the season because it's wide open right now. And a win against Arsenal is a massive win moving forward for us. So hopefully we can do that and press forward. But the good news as well for us is that Arsenal are down like 3 defenders of theirs right now. So I don't even know if Arteta can even play his favorite 5 at the back. So like all the cards are in our favor right now.
And on top of that, Arsenal are extremely overrated at the moment, in my opinion. I'm sorry for Arsenal fans, but they always thought, well, it's no surprise to me if they started decent. But we've seen the last few games, they lost to Man City and they were horrible at transition. They looked like they were decent against Leicester and they lost there as well. So honestly, I think this is for the taking for us.
No, it is. Yeah. Oh, this game is always for the taking. But yeah, Clayton, centre back, do you know who's not available for Arsenal? Because obviously I don't pay attention really to.
David Luiz isn't, Rob Holding isn't, Cam Chamber isn't, Mary isn't. Like, almost their entire first team centre backs is out right now.
Yeah.
So against Dundalk, they played Mustafi and Kolasinac as centre backs.
Oh.
Just for reference.
You said that was nice, but then I realized I don't have Martial, so yeah, a bit of reaction comes there. But yeah, I think if I had Martial and Rashi for those two, that's good. It's good. But Arsenal, Arsenal is just a tricky one because I just, every time I remember us playing Arsenal, we bought it. It's always
over the last few years, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what it is about playing Arsenal, but we just can't do it over the line. And I think my only real concern really for this weekend is if Oli does something weird. He does do the 4-2-3-1, brings in James, brings in Mata, brings in Scott and Fred. I would be very concerned. I would be very concerned. But
I feel like the discipline needs to be there even more than against Arsenal, because I feel like in the Premier League, as much as you can say Leipzig is a semi-finalist, the intensity of the attacks in the Premier League, I feel like it's different. And I feel like our defenders will put under a different kind of pressure. So we need to try weather that storm that Arsenal will come with, trying to say, we are your equal, even though they know they're not. So we need to weather that and just play like we played against Leipzig. And I think we will win this game.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to just speak about Arsenal. Obviously, they got big names. They do have big names, but they have some of the problems with us. It's just some of the big names are just so inconsistent. It's crazy. We look at Aubameyang at the moment. Aubameyang he's got 1 goal. Has he got only 1 goal? If he's got, I don't even think he's got a goal in the league. He might have a goal, but I don't know if he's got a goal. Aubameyang is not what he was, before he signed the contract. So Lacazette is
1 goal in the league.
Yeah. So 1 goal in the league. Lacazette is been, I think, where the goals have been coming from, and he's not even that good. So they don't put a lot of goals behind teams. They can be dangerous on the day, but at the moment, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Nicolas Pepe, Willian, they're not looking good. They do. The one player who
admits he has 3 goals in 5 games.
Yeah. So
I don't know how, but yeah, this makeshift striker of the Lacazette has been scoring nonetheless.
And I think Lacazette is a decent striker, and I honestly feel like better players around him would see more of Lacazette we saw at Lyon.
Yeah.
But look, I respect Arteta because I feel like he's tried to make Arsenal harder to beat. They're not that club that tries to play expensive football every week that without the players to do it. But at the same time, I don't think they're that good at it, to be honest. Against the big teams, I feel like they struggle on the transition when they try to play the 5 at the back and counter. So, yeah, as you can hear, I don't have much good to say about Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, there's actually three goods I can think of. I think on other days we'd be saying, Aubameyang's dangerous, Lacazette can be dangerous, Nicolas Pepe, Willian, those guys can be dangerous. But for me, if you look at the other end of the field, where from defense onwards, I think that's actually where Arsenal's strength is at the moment. I think Gabriel is a player who we wanted. I really do like Gabriel. He looks like a very good centre back. So I like Gabriel. I like Thomas Partey. Oh my days, he is a player. He is a player. I know he's had a bit of a shaky start at Arsenal, but without a doubt, Thomas Partey is a good CDM. So Thomas Partey is good, and obviously in goal, they have Leno. Also again, but he's been inconsistent. It's like he's had these games where he's amazing, and then the next games it's like we want Martinez back. So it's causing some division in the Arsenal fan base from what I see on social media. Even my Arsenal fans are like, I love Leno, but this season evidently he's making a lot more mistakes than obviously the high standards he had last season. So yeah, those I think are key aspects. But other than that, honestly, this team is dead, fam.
Look, I feel like
dead.
I feel like Partey's day will come. I think he's a good player. He's just new to the league, new to the team. But I don't know. I feel like most teams that play five at the back will look good defensively. I still don't rate their defenders that well. But yeah, it has been their strong suit this season so far.
That is true. And another thing, usually I do a combined 11 with when we play a big team. But even for this time, I don't want to waste the time doing a combined 11 because I feel like it would be bad. Honestly, I think it would be bad. Yeah, we would. I think, honestly, on the top of my head...
So we take Partey and that's it?
Partey, yeah.
Take Partey and DM and that's it? That's about it in my head.
Once to make a shout for Aubameyang.
Yeah, well, I would shout Aubameyang, but at the moment, keep Aubameyang away from my team.
But Aubameyang's going to be against Rashi in the team, in all honesty, so no, not a chance.
Well, for Clayton, obviously,
At the moment.
At the moment, there's no competition.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was going to ask you guys is that, we say that, the diamond is amazing. We all like the diamond. Well, I said it. Now you guys seen the vision. I showed you the light. You guys seen the light, and now we move. But do you guys think Oli would play a back five maybe against Arsenal because it's Arsenal? Or do you think he would play a 4-2-3-1? What do you think Oli is going to do?
Nah, I think we're seeing the birth of the diamond. And I think from what you said of him saying that he has fullbacks that play high, I really do think that's a huge hint that we're going with this diamond now, because we generally play with a lot of width when we play the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3. But him saying that, I feel like, is a statement to say that we're going to try the system because we think it works for us. So yeah, I think Ole also sees the light. As you said, I think he watches the show.
I'll give you the light now. I'll give it to you. Don't worry. But yeah, Clayton.
I think largely like what I said in the Leipzig preview. I think if Tellens is fit, we could see the five back a lot more. But until he's fit, I think we're going to see just the plain diamond instead of the five back diamond. Because it's basically the same system.
Yeah, I don't mind, honestly, and I don't think Arsenal is that big of a threat as if we had to play Chelsea on another day, or we had to play Leipzig and he played five at the back. But that's the thing, Oli, Leipzig was a good team and he didn't play five at the back. He might not have all these players to play it, but he still didn't play five at the back. So big, huge indicators. So let's get into it.
I feel like. In terms of our systems, there might be a big positive now, because I feel like one can say we have a lot of options now. If we're playing a team that's really, really good on the attack, we can play the five. If we're playing a team that's a sucker for the counter attack, we can play a 4-2-3-1. And if we want to break down teams, we can play the five. So I think tactics-wise, this could be a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think a back five would the only time, like I said, when you play the diamond, I love the diamond, but when you're playing against Liverpool the weekend, don't play the diamond. Don't play the diamond. You will get smacked if you play the diamond. I think that's when you go with the back five. I do think that's when you go with back five. I think City, you could possibly get away with the diamond, but I think the way City like having the ball, it'll be a very, very interesting game to see who holds the ball, who gets the possession, who controls the midfield. I think that'll be interesting. But Liverpool, on top of my head, we don't play the diamond.
I just think 4-2-3-1 really. Just put Fred and McTominay in front of defense and just say Rashi, Bruno, just finish them on counter and we'll win 5-0.
Well, the morale is high, so let's get into it. Predicted 11s. We can give a predicted 11, but I'm gonna give Ollie, my 11. My 11. My 11. You want the key to success to beat Arsenal. I'll tell you right now. At formation, I'm going with Diamond. Do you guys disagree? Or you guys think there could be anything else?
Nah, definitely Diamond.
Definitely Diamond. Yeah. Okay, well, in goal, I think it's
Give you a nice.
David there.
Yeah, no, there, no question really.
Yeah.
For Romero.
Romero, actually, just to be on Romero, quick on Romero, you mentioned it. Ollie said Romero is back. He's only back in training today, and he's only training with the goalkeepers today.
What's the point?
Yeah, I don't even know why Ollie said that, but like we know it's probably late for you, Romero. You should have left him, but I would have loved to see Romero go because honestly, he deserves more. He deserves more. The way we treated Romero is very sadly. But yeah, I don't think any of us can argue with David De Gea and goal. Right back, I don't think any of us can argue again. It's Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Not at all. Yeah. Recall Dallo.
Oh, speaking of Dallo, got a goal and assist on his Milan debut from left back. Supposedly his assist was insane. I tried seeing it yesterday, but like
I watched it.
Everything.
They're really class.
Yeah,
we've seen the defensive side, and so that's what he's good for, really.
Yeah. So yeah,
to be fair to players like that, it's very hard to pick up form if you never play. And you play one game, you play bad, and the fan base just harasses you. And then.
And the thing is, it's tough. Like, who are you gonna bench for Aaron? Like, who do you buy? You can buy any right back now, and I still won't bench Aaron. You won't. You will be second to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So it's curtains for me. It's good. Yeah. It's actually curtains for me. But yeah, Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back. My centre back pairing is very interesting, right? It's because Arsenal is a pacey side. They are a pacey side, but unfortunately, I'm going to go with Maguire because I just think, we still do need some aerial ability. But I definitely think Axel Tuanzebe must play, and I think he has to play because he also didn't play in Leipzig. So, Ollie, we've seen Maguire and Lindelof. Let me just put it there. We've seen Maguire and Lindelof. They can definitely get you over the line, but they're just not good enough. They're not good enough. Axel is good enough. Play Maguire and Axel or Lindelof and Axel. Axel is the number one centre back. Play him while he's fit. So for me, it will be Maguire.
Boy, you're playing yourself. Knowing how Ole is doing that, I think we all know. So, yeah, I want to face the facts. I'm gonna go with Lindelof and Maguire.
That's sad. Oh, like there's a hole already. There's a one hole already. If the chances now we have to mathematically look at how we're gonna lose this game. There's one hole, right? There's the hole.
Yeah, our centre-back pairing is not ideal in the slightest, but I think we all know this is the tragic truth of Ollie's centre-back pairing.
So yeah, Clayton, you also agree with Morata?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Ollie, don't listen to them. Listen to me. You came here to listen to that. Listen to Axel.
Yeah, we're predicting, you're giving the cheat code.
Yes.
Okay, that's how this is.
I'll give you the cheat code. Axel and Maguire. If you want to win this game, Axel and Maguire, increase the chance, right? Yeah. Left back, Luke Shaw obviously has to play. But if Taylor's a fit, obviously I'd say Taylor's. But yeah, Luke Shaw, no doubt. And again, I touch on Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is a good left back. I don't understand how people are hating on him. I seen against Leipzig, people were finally praising Luke Shaw. They're like, all of a sudden Taylor's comes in, all of a sudden Luke Shaw whoops in balls. I'm like, no, Luke Shaw's always crossed balls. It's just this man never gets assists. Never. He does cross a ball in. I've always said he's so unlucky to never get assists because when does our team ever score from crossing or a sweaty ball? When do they ever score that? Never. They never score those goals. It's awful. We never score those type of goals. We don't even have wingers to do it. So yeah, just that is what it is. But yeah, Luke Shaw, the diamond midfield is interesting because at the bottom, the anchor, the commander of the diamond, without a doubt, is Matic. I don't want to see McTominay. I don't want to see McTominay. I want to see Matic. Matic is the conductor. He is the main man at the back. So Matic for me, this is tricky. This is very tricky. Because I do think Arsenal could have the whole of the ball. But, I think Johnny got his chance, so I wouldn't really play Johnny today. So I do think Pogba, Fred, and then Bruno at the spearhead of the diamond. I think that is the best diamond midfield we can make. And when you play a diamond like that, I don't mind Johnny sitting on the bench then. I only mind Johnny sitting on the bench when you play people like Mata, people playing like James, people playing like McTominay further up. I'm like, what are you doing? Honestly, what are you doing? So Ali puts out a midfield of Matic, Fred, Bruno, and Pogba. I'm sorry, Tony, but now it's up to you. to force your way into the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my midfield.
Yeah, I think mine will be similar, but I think Fred will play, but I think he'll be the anchor. I think he'll play slightly deeper than he played in the Champions League, and I think McTominay is gonna play in.
Oh no, I don't like this.
In the 8th year, you know, and he might be rotating with Fred there. I think Pogba will be on the other side of the diamond and Bruno at the top of it. And I think that's Ole's number one midfield, to be honest.
Ollie, that's not true.
Sorry,
Ollie, don't listen to it. That's horrible. Don't do it. It's bad.
So the only good part that comes from this is that Matic was taken off at the 60-minute mark against Leipzig. So hopefully that means it's Ollie's intention to rest him for the Arsenal game and not further get him suspended or injured or just overwork him. So I'm very much hoping that Matic plays, because I like Shawnee's midfield a lot more than the McTominay one, but but we all know there's a possibility of either, in all honesty, and Ollie loves McTominay. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him, but I definitely want the Matic one.
Yeah.
Look, I feel like competition is tough right now, and usually I'll be completely against it, but I've seen some good things from McTominay in the last few weeks, and Fred defensively has shown some improvement, so that's a really good thing at the moment. It seems like there's a lot of competition in our team.
Yeah. When Mourinho started his midfield, I got excited because I thought he was going to say the midfield in my fantasy. Yeah, I thought it was going to be Fred, Donny, Pogba, Bruno. What? Yes, and that is. Don't do it, Audie. Seriously, you know, let's just grind it out. You know, let's just grind out. Put Matic. You know, we'll see what happens further on. You know, when we can play a dead, I don't know,
not the game,
dead Fulham, then flog it. You know, flog the midfield, then flog it. But yeah, not for this game. I think, you know, yeah. So keep it, Matic, Bruno, Pogba. Fred, I think that Fred for me is actually the most undroppable. Fred and Bruno, you can't drop them. The other two is debatable, but Fred
at the moment,
Fred and Bruno are undroppable. Those are the two players who are just undroppable in the midfield. But yeah,
if Pogba's match up, obviously Donny start though. I would love to see him start in a more central. Sure.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see Donny. My only problem is with that, again, Ollie, if you are listening, you know Donny can play there. You know, by the way, like I know you listen to me. If Donny can play there, you don't have to play him instead of Bruno. You can play on one of those sides where either Fred or Pogba is. But you can't drop Fred. Don't drop Fred. I'll smack you if you drop Fred. Not allowed. But anyways, we move to the striking partnerships. Interesting. Obviously, no Martial. I would love. I just want Martial back. I want to lie to you. Every time I see him in Champions League, I want my boy back. He's the best striker we have. But unfortunately, this is his last game. We're going to suffer without Martial. So he's back in business after this game. But no Martial for this weekend. And what does that mean? Because honestly, Marcus Rashford is obviously the one. But next to him, I am going to play Mason Greenwood. I'm not going to play Cavani. I think Greenwood is way better than Cavani. I think Marcus Rashford is better than Cavani. Don't do that. Don't. I see my blog. Don't do that. The finishing. If we want to compare out and out finishing of Cavani and Mason Greenwood, there's no competition. Greenwood is lethal. He's head off the ball. And we don't even put in crosses for his fat head. So Cavani, you're on the bench today. I won't lie to you, on the bench. Mason and Dr. Rashford, do the thing. Just do the thing.
Yeah, I think I agree, but I just wonder what Oli will think, because sometimes I feel like in the big games, he seems to question Mason's maturity, I feel. Because there's big games I've seen where him drop Mason and play James and be like, what on earth is going on? He does that. I can see that. I can see it. I can see a Rashford and a Cavani, but at the same time, I think he might want to take advantage of the interchangeability and the pace of Greenwood and Rashford. So I'm going to go for Greenwood and Rashford.
Yeah, we're literally going up against Mustafi and Gabriel as the centre backs. So I think there's a shout for a lot of pace and a lot of skillfulness. I think we'll be fine with Rashi and Greenwood. But I kind of feel like this is Cavani's last chance to play until something happens to Martial again. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him and Rashford. But yeah, it's a tough one for sure. I very much would like the Greenwood and Rashi link up though. But Cavani's definitely an option, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him in that starting lineup.
Yeah. But you know, my problem also is with the Cavani. I don't mind Cavani starting, but like I said, the weakness is we don't play to his strength. We don't. We don't even have Tellers who's going to...
But his strength isn't even as a target man. That's the thing.
I agree with Clayton. I agree with Clayton. I feel like if we move the ball fast enough, he will get a lot of the ball. The problem is when we move the ball too slow, and then he doesn't get a lot of it because he's not the type to come out and get it like Martial is. So yeah, I don't think we need to be crossing a million times for him. I think he'll survive. He's a top player in my opinion.
He's a top player, and there's not Mason Greenwood though, unfortunately. So. Mason Greenwood is definitely, without a doubt, would play over Cavani. I wouldn't even think about it. I would look at Cavani and be like, you know, my boy, that bench, you better get used to it. I won't lie to you. You better get used to that bench. Honestly, unless it's a cup games and I'm resting players, you are literally going to try to be a super sub, you know. I don't agree with you being
or third.
No, yeah, by all means, Cavani, if you start, shut me up. Please, by all means. Obviously, why would I want you to do badly? Why would I want you to do badly?
If Cavani plays and scores a hat-trick, I think we're going to start seeing a Martial versus Cavani war debate.
Yeah.
But then,
because Rashid is going to get dropped, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Rashford will get dropped. And I just think, Ollie loves... But Ollie loves Martial as well. Ollie, we talk about how he loves his English players, but if there's one foreign player Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer loves, it is Anthony Martial. He loves Martial.
He trusts him. He really trusts Martial.
He trusts him. Yeah. And I trust Martial. He is the best striker at this team. So yeah, obviously I think when Martial's back, without a doubt, Martial, Rashford, no questions. Yeah. And then I think all of a sudden you can bring on Greenwood and Cavani. Ooh, that is a bit spicy.
That's juicy.
The dynamic up there is very good at the moment. It's not toxic. I don't
mind. I don't mind whoever plays. Like even Rashford, Cavani, like you said, if that's what happens, it's not bad. Cavani, like we said, he's not Mason Greenwood in my opinion, but he's still a quality striker. He's built a whole career on being a successful, number 9. So he played PSG. He's won lots of trophies. Cavani is well known. So yeah, even if you look Martial, Cavani, Martial, Greenwood, Rashford, mix it all the combinations. It's not bad. Neither of them are bad. It's impossible. The only way it's bad, and which I'm worried about, is if Oli does something stupid or dizzy. Yeah, exactly. Like Rashford and Dan James, I will smack him. I will smack.
Gallo and James.
Oh yeah, Gallo and James. Yeah,
that will never happen.
It'll never happen, but I would cry. I would cry. So yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to see Daniel James. I don't want to see Mata. I don't want to see Scott. If Scott plays it, okay. It's not like I completely disagree with Scott, but it's more for 50-50. I don't trust Scott. I don't want to see James. I don't want to see Mata in this specific game. So those are off. Only don't do it. Please don't do it. Let's not buy what it is. And if they do cost us, and that's the centre backs. I'm just going to sit here and say, but I told you so. We know that they can get the results, but when they let you down, why do you act surprised? That's all I'll say.
Yeah. I think this formation might be a positive in that sense, because we won't see a lot of these players we don't think are of the standard at this club. I don't think Dan James will start much anymore, to be honest, if we keep playing this formation, and he might just get cup games. And I know Matt has been good, but I know some people don't really rate him, so I don't know.
I would like, Mata in this system, I disagree because if I think Mata, let's say we played a cup game, I would put Mata instead of Bruno, Donny instead of Pogba,
yeah, I can see
and then McTominay instead of Fred. And then I don't mind, if you're playing a cup game against a low division team, Mata and the 10 is great. You might not have the pace, but when you play a game where you don't need the pace, it's fine.
Yeah, it sucks.
The only issue with his legs. That's it.
Yeah, that really sucks, to be honest, because I feel like if Mata was still pretty decent in terms of his pace and all that, I feel like we'd have a lot of depth in the midfield, because we'd have him replacing. We'd have him replacing Bruno, and we have Donny replacing Pogba, or other way around, which would be fantastic for us. So yeah.
But yeah, I think let's talk about a bit of Arsenal. In terms of the rivalry, I wouldn't say it's like a game I'm always there's like so much passion in me that I want us to win it no matter what. It's a laughable game. Honestly, it's just it's like I've got lots of Arsenal friends, and it's like whoever loses this game is just you're a joke, man. Honestly, you're just a joke. Honestly, if Arsenal beat us, I feel like what are we doing as a club? If we lose to Arsenal, I'm like what are we doing? And Arsenal, I know they for 100% fact if they lose to Man United, they'll be like, oh my god, how are we losing? They shite, but we're not. But we're way better than them. And I hope we prove that we are way better than you on the weekend. I hope Oli doesn't pick a dizzy team. That's all I hope. That's actually the main one. I hope Oli doesn't pick a dizzy ass team. No 4-2-3-1 with James Mata. No back five. Diamonds with the right players. You will be fine, my boy. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You know, and especially because when I think of Arsenal, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
they do play with wing. I'm not saying they don't play with wingers at all, but I feel like they're heavily central as well. You know, because I just think the amount of times they look for the long ball towards the center first, and then they split it to the wing. It's just, and I think the diamond just, you know, it negates it. I think, you know, because like David Luiz isn't playing, but when David Luiz is on the ball, I don't really see him. And like I said, I stand to be corrected, but I can't remember him whipping it to Aubameyang or whipping him to Willian or Pepe on the wings. It's always like he's looking for just, you know, down the middle and then get the ball and play it to Aubameyang because he's making the run for it. It's like Aubameyang is the last pass to make, so it's not Aubameyang really to someone, you know. But I think that's just me. So wing play, you know, the diamond is susceptible to wing play, but you know, I don't think it should be a big factor. And I don't, like I said, I don't think Aubameyang is in the form of his life. Willian, he started off amazing, but now look what Willian is. Nicolas Pepe, I rate him. I won't lie, I rate him. Even though people banter Nicolas Pepe, I do rate him. I would have liked him at United. So you will have to see what Nicolas Pepe is the only real danger man, I feel. So if Pepe plays, I'm quite scared. I won't lie, I rate Pepe. Nicolas Pepe is, I like Pepe.
What has Pepe done to Arsenal? Please, I need to hear this.
He hasn't done anything, but I rate him. I'm telling you, I rate him. I rate Pepe. Didn't he score against us last season as well? He was the guy who beat us.
Yeah, he scored against us in Arteta's first game, but besides that, he's done jack shit at this club. I'd rate Willian away. Willian's been shite as well.
Okay, don't rate. I don't. But yeah, but it's not a popular opinion, but I rate Pepe. If I think the worst person who can trouble us, I think it is Pepe, and I do think it will be like Saka.
I don't want to get into Pepe debate, but I feel like there's just no end product from Pepe. It's just all fancy skill and no delivery, and it really annoys me. Yes, Willian is inconsistent, but then when he does play well, at least there's a goal, there's an assist. I just never see that from Pepe.
That's fair. I know Clayton doesn't like anyone in Arsenal, really, but I like Aubameyang.
And look, I feel like...
Yeah.
You can go. Yeah.
Okay, so in all honesty, I think Pepe is a bit underrated. I feel like he just had a really tough first season of settling in. It's not exactly easy to go from a farmers league to the top league in the world and just perform at your highest potential. But I think we saw a lot of what Pepe can offer. Yeah, exactly. Not everybody is a Bruno that can literally come in and start scoring and assisting from day one. Not everybody can do that. And Pepe is not one of those, unfortunately. But he has shown his class at multiple occasions. It's not an every game thing, but he has shown it.
Yeah,
and that's exactly why we did, was some kind of more consistency to bring out the best of Pepe.
Yeah, I think.
I hear you guys, and I feel like he's not the type of footballer to simplify things. You just get the cross in, you just get the assist. He's more of a flair player, but then even there, I feel like he doesn't complete enough dribbles. I feel like he doesn't have enough shots. So if you can improve that part of the game, obviously I'll rate him, but I just don't see it right now.
Yeah, and I think also the Arsenal fan base, because they're so reactionary, because they're not afraid to throw players, their managers, when things go wrong, under the bus straight away. I feel like, you know, if Pepe does have a bad game, it's like they just don't care about it. But I do know Arsenal fans, you know, they're like, yeah, this guy just needs a chance. Like, they don't want Willian to be playing ahead of Pepe. Like, it'll be like if Sanchez was still here and he's playing ahead of, like, I don't know, Rashford or Martial on the wing or Greenwood on the wing. It's like, we don't want it. Why are you doing it? Why? No. Sanchez is dead, man. He's dead. Absolutely dead. As soon as he came to us, dead. We're talking about that Sanchez. We're not talking about Arsenal Sanchez. We're talking about Man United Sanchez.
No way am I comparing Pepe to Rashford.
Yeah, but
I feel like the gap is not the same.
I'm talking about Willian and Sanchez. It'll be like that, you know, like when Sanchez was at United. Let's talk, because Rashford wasn't the player he was when Sanchez was at the club, and it'll be like that. We all wanted Rashford to play, but you know.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that I think the gap between Willian and Pepe is much smaller than the gap between Sanchez and Rashford at the moment.
I think that's complementary to Pepe, though, more than anything else, in all honesty, as well.
I guess, in a way.
What?
Yeah.
You know, if we had to do a comparison on Willian versus Pepe, the only thing I rate Willian over Pepe is in set pieces. That's it. He's got
Pepe
no
can
pace.
whip in a set piece.
No,
He can, but Willian only a set piece merchant. Willian looks
I
a set
don't
piece
know.
merchant.
I feel like my problem with Willian, he's just inconsistent, which is a big problem in football. But if he was more consistent, if he did what he does in good games, game in, game out, in a Premier League game, I'll take him over Pepe any day because I feel like
now you see, now
he get
they're
some
both
You're not going to get
inconsistent.
that
I
consistent.
know. I'm not
Yeah, that's what
saying.
I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying they both have faults, and and those faults both make them bad. But then, if I had to compare their faults, I'd prefer Willian over Pepe because I feel like Pepe gives me absolutely nothing. I won't lie to you guys.
Now I'd take a consistent Pepe over a consistent William. I would. I think a consistent Nicholas Pepe is dangerous. I think I think he's got a rocket shot. Yeah, I think he's got a rocket shot in him. He was actually, you remember at the beginning of the season, we didn't do it on a show, but I did say I expect a breakout season. Oh, did I say it? But I said I expect a breakout season for Nicholas Pepe if he gets the chance. And I think he could be if he's a regular starter at Arsenal, I think he will start flattening up. I do. I actually do think that. But it is what it is. That's not my problem. That's Arsenal's problem. Banter Club FC. Banter. That's what I hope.
Can I ruin you guys' confidence a little bit for the game?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I'll ruin the confidence.
Yeah, we need to give them some. How can we just talk about Arsenal and not give them one positive?
The last time we beat Arsenal, Peter Cech was still in goal. Exactly. Lukaku was still at the club. Alexis Sanchez was still at the club. That was the last time we beat Arsenal.
Okay, I reckon in the last few years.
Banana skin.
In the last few years hasn't been amazing, but then they haven't been as much as well, if I'm not mistaken. Have they? Okay, no, I think they've beaten us twice. Twice, I think. I think they beat us.
They beat us. Arsenal beat
us. They beat us when they're beating Unai's at the wheel and trying to mock us. And they beat us in Arteta's first game. So I guess, but I don't fear Arsenal, to be honest. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm delusional in that sense, but I don't fear Arsenal.
No, you're not. You're not delusional. Because, you look at it and you look at Arsenal and they shit. But our history is we get bantered. That is the point. We have the big mouth, they have the big mouth, but we think they're deluded. When after the game comes, we have egg on our faces.
It's a shame what this game has turned into because it used to be for the title. Arsene Wenger versus Sir Alex Ferguson. Now it's such a shame.
Now it's like who is the most laughing stock between the
We can't afford to
United is a laughing stock. But honestly, when you lose to Arsenal, you are. And they feel the same. They're like, if you lose to United, you're a laughing stock. I mean, come on.
You can't lose to Arsenal and say.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is Arsenal looks at United and think we're a joke team. We look at Arsenal and we think they're a joke team. That's why it's the banter derby. I'm not saying they're both horrible, awful teams, but that was why it is the banter derby.
I struggle to respect their fans, though, to be honest, because I feel like as much as we have high hopes for our club, we're a bit realistic. We'll point out our problems, this and that. I feel like Arsenal fans can be very, very delusional, to be honest.
No, I've noticed something though. I think it's more of the UK Arsenal fan base, the local fan base that Arsenal has in England. But every Arsenal fan I know locally, they aren't deluded. I know Arsenal, my friends. I've got lots of friends. Even like my uncle's friends support Arsenal. They aren't deluded people. They know the problem. They're like, no, we don't rate our team. We're very weak. It's just, we like playing attractive football. It is what it is. There's lots. They know. They don't be like Nicholas. When Nicholas Pepe has a great game, they're like, Pepe is the GOAT. The best right winger. Like, we see on AFTV, for example. They go mad. Pepe is the GOAT. Willian is the GOAT. Next week, he shits the worst right winger in the world. I think locally, I don't know about where, if you're watching the show from overseas, or I don't know how Arsenal fans are there, but locally, you guys can give your thoughts also. But every Arsenal fan I know isn't deluded. I think they know they're quite intelligent men when they talk about Arsenal and when they just talk about even United. They're like, listen, I think they even tell us sometimes you get reactionary. Just relax. I know the draw. You guys think it's bad, and I understand why you guys say it's bad, but in the bigger picture, it's not. I'm like, fair play. I respect it. So that's just what I see. Local Arsenal fans here in South Africa, particularly. Do you guys know? Do you know any Arsenal fans?
I used to know a guy. It's from school, high school I went to. I won't name names, but yeah, he was a bit delusional, to be honest. Yeah. So. Look,
I know what you're talking about. I know. And no, if this guy is watching the show, it's not you. It's not you. I know for the fact that the guy I'm talking about doesn't watch the show. He doesn't watch the show. Arsenal fan who watches the show. It's not you, my boy. If you're watching, I got you. Actually, I'll even mention the name. Moloto, you don't have to mention your name. But Surab, if you're watching, it's not you, my boy. You are actually the one of the Arsenal fans I respect. I respect you, Surab. But if Moloto and I are thinking the same person, yeah, no, there is one. There is.
Yeah. And obviously the ones in the spotlights. obviously, when I go to AFTV, like,
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, no, we'll see. I just don't think that on our level, to be honest, and we need to prove that this Sunday.
yeah.
Yep, 100%. It's
But yeah,
simple as
Clayton.
that this weekend.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had to put like a scale of 1 to 10, how scared I am about Arsenal, 2, dead. I rate them dead too. But let's
That needs
get the
Stan
score.
James starts, Tony.
Yeah, Dan James got 10.
starts.
10. I'm
That
scared of
low.
Arsenal 10. 10 times. I'm more scared of my own teams than Arsenal. Dan James starts. I won't lie to you. But we have to see. I think it's again, so much of our result relies on the team Oli picks, in my opinion. I think that it comes down to the team Oli picks, the formation he picks. But let's assume he does time. Let's assume he goes with the teams we've said. Let's give a score prediction, because I tell you what, boys, I'm backing us 3-1 here, eh? And let's see. 3-1 Manchester United. I think Rashford, form of his life, Greenwood. Yeah. I wouldn't say no to it, but I think Rashford, form in his life, Greenwood, he's got freaking thunder in his thighs, lightning in his legs, gold in his toes. I don't know. I can go on about Greenwood. But I think just in general, the team is good. So, yeah, 3-1 United. But like I said, I do think we're always capable of making a mistake. So that's why I don't think we're the team.
Yeah, no, I guess it does depend a lot on us. We can be very jittery sometimes and make another team look better than they are. And I think if we play 5 at the back and try and match them, out of fear that would be, then we might see a stale 1-1 draw and maybe even lose to Arsenal, which would be horrible. But I think if you take the game to them, if you play the diamond, if you play the players that we've been speaking of, then I agree, 3-1.
Yeah, all I'm hoping is that we just play the right system, play the right players, and we just go and dominate. That's all I'm hoping for here. We've beaten PSG with it, we've beaten Leipzig with it. If we don't do it again against Arsenal, I am going to be fuming.
No, yeah, I can guarantee I'm fuming. I think one of our most watched videos is actually the match reaction to when we lost against Arsenal, because it's a joke. It's a joke.
We're actually going to lose it. If we win the Banter Cup, I am going to lose it. I'm probably going to lose it.
Yeah, to win the Banter Cup, you need to lose, basically. That's how you win.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not prepared. I'm not mentally prepared for this game.
Yeah, honestly, I'll tell you this now, right? I'm not taking a draw even against Arsenal. I won't. I want to. This has to be a win. This has to be a win. Yeah, it's unacceptable. A draw is unacceptable. If I see Oli playing for a draw, I'm very disappointed in Oli. I'll be like, you clearly played for the draw against Chelsea, and I was disappointed. Again, the team selection against Chelsea, disappointing. Newcastle, it was a disappointing team, but it worked out. Oli, don't do it again. Don't do it for what?
Yes, what's up, same as us.
3 weeks now. Newcastle, Chelsea, don't do it for a 3rd week in a row. Please don't do it for the 3rd week in a row. In the Premier League, don't do it 3 weeks in a row in the Premier League.
We saw poor Man City beat these guys, so if we can't, that'll just be a disgrace, to be honest.
Yeah, it is a disgrace. I'm not trying to disrespect you. Like I said, all the Arsenal fans I know, I like them. I love them. Honestly, they're great lads. But the rest of your
level.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and you're just not on our level. Yeah, you're not on our level. I refuse to put you on our level. I refuse. You're gonna smash them. 3-1 United. Anything else? Hella disappointed. But obviously, let's hope it doesn't happen. I think let's see what Oli has to do. Let's hope Oli gets the team right. Let's hope we get the formation right. Let's hope the boys actually are on their day. Because we have seen this, what happens when they're not on their day. So let's just hope things are good at the moment. Let's just keep it good. Oli, don't do anything too risky. Don't do anything dizzy. Please don't do anything dizzy. But that from me, Maloto, Clayton. We basically summed it up. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. Smash a like on the video. Comment down below your score predictions, predicted 11, and just honestly, like how much you want to banter Arsenal. Because actually, let us know if we're being too negative or too nice to United. That makes no sense. Just basically tell us if we're benching Arsenal too much, and they're actually gonna, if we should put some more respect on the name.
I doubt it. Too much.
I doubt it, but
can't banter the Banter FC too much.
Can't banter the king of Banter FC. Yeah. So, but is there anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
No, not really. We need to win.
We need
It's
to
as
win.
simple
That
as
sums
that.
it up. So yeah, from me, Malo to Clayton once again. It's been a good show. Let's hope we get the W against Arsenal. We'll be doing our match reaction on Sunday, and yeah, let's hope the boys don't disappoint. And until then, here's hoping to a great, successful victory and a happy week ahead from the RDA panel. See you till next week.